Alright, so now we're going to do the visualization, and we want an animated visualization. The animated visualizations work best when you have a scatter plot. So we're going to start with scatter plot. Okay, and we want life expectancy in row. So you have the life expectancy right there. So take life expectancy and put it in the row shelf. Okay. Next, we're going to put the per capita income in the column shelf, per capita GDP, and that's here. Okay. So now these are two different data connections. So we have to blend the data, and we want each country and the year. So we're going to animate over the years from 1800 to present. So you need to make sure that these two are connected. Okay. And this is the reason we have to make sure that the column names are similar. So if you use country and year in all of the data sets, so it automatically gets linked, blended. So now you bring per capita GDP over here. And of course, now you're going to get a single point because we are doing now total aggregation. Okay. So now you bring in country. Okay. So back to the initial data set. Bring in country to detail. Okay. Total population, so total population is here, and once again make sure that both fields are linked. So bring population to size. So now the marks will be based on size. Okay. So you can change the mark to circle, and that will make it solid circle. And we can increase the size. Okay. Now we're going to use region for color. Region comes from countries of the world. Countries of the world, there is no year there. The country is in a region, that's it. The region doesn't change from year to year. So there is only one field that is connected. So we're going to put region into color. So the different marks will have different color based on the region. Okay. Now finally, we're going to from the primary source, the blue dot that you see, the blue tick mark. So that tells us which data source is the primary data source. So from there, you bring in here and put it in page. Now the only problem here is that the scale of the x-axis and y-axis. So we really need to change the scale to logarithmic scale, so it will make sense. So edit axis, change to logarithmic scale. And similarly, life expectancy, change that to logarithmic scale. All right. Now we have unnecessary white space here, so we can change that by changing the x-axis, edit to starting point. Instead of being automatic, start from 200. Okay. And the life expectancy will start with 20. So at the very beginning, so this is the situation. So now we can if you click this button here, then you will see the animation. So what happens now, starting from 1800, as time passes, what happens to population, which is the size of the mark, okay, and initially the per capita GDP is low and the life expectancy is low for all countries, okay, and then slowly you'll move. And there's one other thing that we have to do. Okay, let's escape that. So let's so there are too many null values, so we need to remove all the null values, so there will be a smooth animation. So go to per capita GDP, filter out, okay, filter in non-null values. So that will take out null values. Life expectancy, do the same thing. So values. All right. So now all the null values are gone. So you can even increase the size a little bit. So, all right. So now click, and you can control the speed with this. So if you select, that will be the fastest. That's the slowest speed. Let's put fast. You still have some null values, I guess. That's why you have those flashes. So once you get to 1940, you see the movement clearly. So life expectancy keeps going up as the per capita GDP also goes up. So there is a movement. All the countries are kind of bunched up here, and over the years, as per capita GDP goes up, the life expectancy also goes up, and the size of the bubble represents the population. And once again, you see the population kind of small. At the beginning, like in 1800, we were only less than 1 billion people in the world. Now we have 7 billion. So the size of the circles are also increasing. So the animation works best in a scatter plot, okay, and you can add as much detail as possible using size, using color, okay, and if the x-axis and y-axis are kind of really large values on one side and very, very small values on the other, then you can even things out by using a logarithmic scale instead of a regular scale. So this is how you do animation in Tableau.